are you?
Hello, Valentina.
I'm fine.
La storia ricorda Jane come la giovane in pericolo per eccellenza, famosa per la sua morte, più che per la sua vita. E se la storia fosse stata diversa?
In the first episode, they say that Jane is an intellectual rebel and a little bit pain in the ass. So I want to ask you how important it is to be an intellectual rebel nowadays.
Yeah, you know, I think that it's vital, really, to be able to have more stories, female-centric stories, and also stories that show that side of what it means to be a woman. You don't often see that, especially in period pieces, because the reality is education was rare and hard to come by back then. So yeah, that to me was very important, you know, her fierce intelligence being sort of the center of her, and then the things that you might more typically see associated with the damsel in distress, like her vulnerability and her softness, is something that she actually has to learn to find later in the show.
I love the writing on this TV show because your characters are really, I've got a great sense of humor and they poke each other. So how cool was to play such brilliant roles?
I think the script was so cleverly written by Gemma and Meredith, our showrunners, that bringing it off the page was such a delight for us. And actually, sometimes when lines are so well written and so quick, it feels easy as an actor because they sort of fall out of your mouth, and the rhythm is all there, and that's why it feels like there's such a tete-a-tete between us.
Yeah, it's like pinball. I like that you called her a pain in the ass, because it's so true.
She is.
Like, they're both just pains.
They're
in the
both
ass.
really annoying, and I think that's ultimately what makes them both quite lovable.
Yeah.
Who do you believe is the drama queen in this TV show? Which character?
Oh,
Mary.
the character drama queen.
Mary.
I think Frances Gray.
Oh, of course, yeah.
My mother, played by Anna Chancellor. That woman, it's always about her, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
In the most amazing way. She is the most excellent drama queen.
And she's conniving and scheming, and she's sort of like a social climber and very, very good at it.
Very good at it.
It's interesting how when Quentin Tarantino changes history in his movies, it's so cool. But in the last few years, when somebody, like in this TV show, changes history, some people get really mad. Why, in your opinion?
That's a really interesting question.
It's interesting. I think people are so attached to history in a strange way. And I think the more that people are exposed to us sort of messing with it and showing that you can have fun with it and there doesn't have to be a set of rules, I think the more people would hopefully relax to it.
Yeah.
But I think it just shocks people. It doesn't, people like to know what they're sitting down for. And I think one of the beauties of this show is that it is constant surprises, not just in the sort of playing with history, but also playing with genre, playing with traditional sort of female roles, and all sorts of other things. I think it's subverted in a lot of ways.
And I also think that Tarantino has such a clear style that we love so much that, he introduced us with American stories, with, Pulp Fiction, and sort of understanding him, we know what to expect, so that when he goes to do an Inglourious Basterds or, something like that, the shifting of history, we know what to expect from him. And so I think with a show that's brand new, people might be quick to judge that, but it's the same thing. You have to kind of get in and see what it's all about to understand why we're doing this and why it's shifted.
I love the Ethians, and I want to ask you, if you could choose an animal to transform to, which one would you choose, and which one do you believe that describes you best?
Oh.
I think I'd like to be a little robin.
A little bluebird.
A little sort of dainty little robin, just flitting about, living my life, landing on a wire sometimes, landing on a tree. I think there's a certain level of whimsy that you get being a tiny little bird, and I think I'd have a good time doing it.
I don't know. I think I'd want to be something in the sea. I feel like half the time I am fish. I am a fish.
You are. You're
Fish
always at the
lady,
beach.
a mermaid. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd like to think a mermaid, but it's no. I don't know. Maybe like a big deep sea like marlin or something,
Whoa.
like a swordfish.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to be scared. You can just cruise the ocean.
That's good, that one. A marlin.
Okay, thank you so much. Great job in the TV show. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
you.
Have a good one.
Bye.